Hi, we're going to go through just some quick updates for a SharePoint site. So once the group already exists, then you'll be able to select the group and go directly to the site. And then you can edit the site. It comes with a bunch of default stuff, but most of that is not very useful. So just click the edit button on the right hand side. And you can start deleting your little heart out because there will be a bunch of stuff that defaults that is really more distracting than helpful. Once you've got it clear, you can hit the plus sign in the middle to add sections, which you can add text or an image or a call out. So a call to action is a fancy button rather than a plain button. So if you want a button with a picture as a background, which I use a lot when I'm trying to get people to fill out a document because it's more noticeable, then you want the call to action instead. So I'm going to go over here to the big plus sign to add a new section, and that'll let me decide how big the section is. So you can make 1, 2 columns, or you can do what's called a vertical section, which kind of just puts it along the side like a right-hand menu. So I'm going to pick 1 column for now. I'm going to select a text area, and now I can type in Randy and Danielle are the best, because this is our chair website for just the two of us to use, so that makes an excellent title. And another text section can be moved underneath that if you want to add more information on why you're the best, which makes sense to me. There's probably a whole list of reasons. Another handy feature with this is being able to embed documents directly. So after I'm done with that section, I'm going to add a 2-column section underneath. And I can just drag and drop these wherever I want. So this little quadruple arrow lets me move this section down. And then over here, I can add a document, something that we're editing right now, like our spring schedule. So, file viewer. It'll bring me to all of the stuff that we're using recently. So I'll just put our spring schedule here because I know we're going to need it all the time. Then over here, I can do some call to actions. So I'll add something. Here's our math department website. Department website. Spelling is hard, and Grammarly is making it harder. Okay, and then you can double click the button, cooperate with me, edit, and view website. I'll just go grab the link to that real quick. And now I have an easy way to get to the website if I want to add anything to it. And I can also change the image for the background. So comes with these awful images. You can use the stock images that come with, what is this thing called, Sharepoint, or you can do a web search, and this is a safe web search, so anything that you grab off of this web search will be copyrighted so that it's reusable. And you can switch it out, or you can switch the focal point, so you can slide this around so that you can see what you want to see. And edit over here, and then change background over here. So I can easily switch it out to something else if I'm not happy with the way it looks. And I can add something else underneath here, or I can keep editing further. One of the most helpful things is changing colors so that if you have a different background color on these websites, it's easier to tell which website you're on. So you would do that up here under the cog. And then site settings. Just kidding, not site settings. Going back. Oh, you didn't save. So if we go to page details, it'll bring up the thumbnail, and you can switch it out. So you can choose another stock image, or you can upload an image like the Crafton Hills Roadrunner and add that to the page. Depending on when your SharePoint site was made, you should have more options for changing colors and making more fun, interesting edits, but this one appears to be older, so those edits aren't showing. Let me open another website where they are. You publish. A lot of times it takes a while for this to actually update, so let me find another SharePoint website that's newer that still allows you to make these kind of changes. So now if I go up to the cog, I should be able to see, here we go, change the look. And now I'll be able to pick a theme which changes the color and the change the look. The header, which is what decides what the site logo is. So depending on how old your website is, you might be more limited in what you're allowed to do inside the SharePoint websites. This one's brand new, so it has a lot more editing capabilities, so you can always tank the old one and use a new one if you need to. But that's a quick, really quick guide on how to make a SharePoint site.